Hello everyone, my name is Grace Chun and I am the Regional Director of the Orange County Creative Writing Back to Bach Division. As many of you know, creative writing often focuses on depicting situations of characters. But how exactly do we create these characters when there are so many aspects of their lives that must be considered? So during today's lesson, we'll be walking you through on how to create your own character. Hope you enjoy!
Let's start with the basics. Think of this like introducing yourself to someone new. Every character needs some basic information. Ask yourself questions like, what's your character's name? How old are they? Where do they live? What do they like to do for fun? Do they have a family or any pets? And what's their favorite food or favorite color? These details might seem small, but they help your character feel unique. For example, imagine two kids named Alex. One Alex lives by the beach, loves surfing, and has a pet turtle. Another Alex lives in the mountains, enjoys hiking, and has 3 fluffy dogs. Even though they have the same name, they're already completely different people. Now, let's think about what your character looks like and how they act. Appearance includes things like hair color, eye color, clothes, height, glasses, freckles, or maybe even a superhero cape. But remember, what's on the inside is just as important. Personality tells us how your character behaves. Are they kind, funny, shy, brave, curious? Maybe they're a little clumsy, or maybe they're always helping others. Nobody's perfect, and that's what makes your characters interesting. Try giving your character both strengths and weaknesses. Maybe they're really creative but sometimes forgetful, or maybe they're super brave but afraid of spiders.
Nope.
Those little imperfections make characters feel much more real. The more you know about your character's personality, the easier it is to imagine what they would do in your story. Finally, let's talk about goals. Every good story needs a character who wants something. Maybe your character wants to win a soccer championship, find a lost treasure, make a new friend, build a robot, or save their town. Goals help move the story forward because your character has something they're trying to achieve. But here's something important. Stories are usually more exciting when reaching that goal isn't easy. Maybe there are challenges along the way, maybe they make mistakes, or maybe they learn something new before they finally succeed. Those challenges help characters grow, and that's what makes stories fun to read. Think about your favorite movies or books. If the main character solved every problem in 5 minutes, the story would probably be pretty boring. Instead, they face obstacles, ask for help, and sometimes even fail before trying again. So that's what makes us cheer for them.
Now that you've learned the steps to creating your own character, here's a fun writing prompt. Imagine a neighborhood just like yours, except for the fact that everyone has a superpower. Your task is to create a character, but here's a little twist. The character should be the opposite of you. Think about traits you don't have and give them to your character. For example, if you're quiet, maybe your character's loud, and if you're organized, your character's a very messy person. You will choose a power that matches your character's personality and decide whether that problem helps people or just creates problems. Then you will give your character a friend, a rival, and a challenge to overcome. Now, as you write, show their personality through their actions, words, and choices, and explain how they change throughout the story. Now, let's talk about character growth. Character growth shows how a character changes throughout the course of a story. Characters who change are known as dynamic characters, while characters who stay the same are known as static characters. Change can be external, which means there are changes in a character's appearance or situation, but it can also be internal, which means a change in their personality, beliefs, or emotion. When you're planning character growth, to begin with, think about the character at the start of the story. What challenges they may face after, and who they become at the end. For example, a fearful character might become braver at the end, and a selfish character may learn how to care about others. Growth makes characters feel realistic and keeps the readers engaged in their journey throughout the story. Now that you have created the foundation of your character, let's talk about how to connect that character to other people in the story. You can ask questions like, who's the character's best friend? Who is their enemy? Who teaches them an important lesson? Or who do they want to impress? These relationships reveal different sides of a character's personality and help readers understand them more deeply. Relationships can also create conflict while supporting the story's themes. For example, a friend may encourage the character, while a rival may challenge them to grow. These relationships can also change over time, as, for example, friends can become enemies, and enemies could learn to respect each other.
Thank you for watching.